God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Hey guys, Kanayu here, and on this video, I'm gonna do something a little different, and that is a Storytime animatic. Hooray! I was inspired by some of my fave YouTubers like Jane Animations, Odds One Now, and Wolfie Chew to do this, since I have a few interesting stories myself. I wanted to talk about my horrible experience in my high school art class, or my awful daycare job, but I figured I could save those for another time, maybe if people actually enjoy this. But for now, I'm going to talk about a simple story about the time I had a wardrobe malfunction on a roller coaster, also known as I flashed my titties on a roller coaster. But because this is YouTube, I have to use the first boring term, so let's get started. This story is pretty recent in my opinion, like last summer, and let this be known, I am not the most social or outdoorsy person. I only have one in real life friend. Hi Ash! And I didn't have a job or money, so I basically had no reason to really do much. I usually spend my time inside animating, watching anime, mostly Pop Team Epic, and playing video games. Also known as me trying to complete a Nuzlocke and crying for all my dead children. Rest in peace, Jimmy. My mom tried everything in her power to get me to go outside. You need to go outside and do shit. But animation. Take a break. But anime. You watch too much of that. But my cat. I give up. Just don't get heat exhaustion in your room. Literally, my mom has to come in when I'm sleeping to turn on the air conditioner so Xena doesn't get sick or something. Xena's my cat, by the way. Anyways, one day, my mom had enough, so she called my grandmom, who me and my cousins call Swaggy G. Swaggy G! And she gave my mom access to our tiny beach house with no Wi-Fi and shitty service for a week. When my mom told me this, and that I couldn't bring my laptop, this was my response. Okay, what the shit is she thinking? Is she trying to kill us all? A whole week without animation is like an entire year without rain. I'll let you have a wine cooler. Mom, what are you waiting for? Help me pack! And here's where the real story begins. So about a week later, we packed up and head out to the shore. The group consisted of me, my mom, my stepdad Eddie, my little sister Emmy, and my little cousin Nolan. And let me tell you, a 2-hour car trip with 2 kids was an absolute nightmare. I wanted to listen to music, but my headphones were broken. So the entire time I just kept hearing, Nolan, let me have the phone! I want to listen to JoJo Siwa! I'm watching my cringy Roblox playthroughs! I'm surrounded by idiots. So when we got there, I ran straight out of the car and went straight for my room. Alright, the thing about the house is, it's not really a house, more like a trailer home, but with no wheels, if it makes sense. And my room was more like a hallway with bunk beds. I slept on the bottom because I'm too lazy and fat for the top. The kids slept on the recliner chairs, which was a pretty bad idea because they broke them like 2 or 3 times. Because no one would climb under one of them while Emmy was closing them and it would break. And Eddie would always have to fix it while we talk about how we're surrounded by morons. Which is the only thing we agree on. Sorry mom, not sorry kids. So our vacation was pretty much normal and we did everything. We went to the beach, except me. We went to the pool, except me. Went to the zoo, except me. Just kidding. I love the zoo. Even though I mostly wanted to see giraffes fighting. My mom didn't understand why I wanted to see that so much, but you guys don't get it. They whipped their necks at each other. Just look at this. So majestic. Isn't this video about you flashing on a roller coaster? I'm getting to it, hold on. So time skipped to a few days and it was the last day, and we were all pretty bummed to be leaving. My mom decided to take us to the boardwalk for one last hurrah, and I decided to wear my Ponyo romper, which was a little small on me, but I felt like looking cute for once, so I ignored it. Everyone was having fun, except for mom when we got stuck on the log flume and she was having a panic attack. Well, it wasn't my fault that a kid wussed out and they had to stop the ride so they could get her off there. Other than that, Nolan would not shut up about how much he loved the drop ride and it was getting annoying, so mom got him a hermit crab because he was being good. Mom, you do realize that he broke a chair 3 times and didn't learn anything, right? Besides, he didn't even take care of it. Rest in peace, Michael. Anyways, mom was ready to get going and I was feeling tired and anxious about the rides we went on. But the kids wanted to go on one more ride, and that was one of the biggest roller coasters there. I figured I could go on it because it was the last ride, plus it wasn't an upside down one, and I don't really like upside down ones. The coaster was one of those rides with cameras that take pictures so you can buy them. There was no line for the ride at all. In fact, we were the only ones on there. So we got in, buckled up, and yoom! We were off! While we were going, I felt the fabric on my romper was a little loose, but my brain was too busy turning into goo from the speed to really think. When the cart stopped, the workers approached us to help get the harnesses off, and for some reason, They were trying so hard not to look at me. I was pretty curious as to why until Emmy looked at me, trying not to laugh, as she said, "Maddie, your boobs are showing!" The romper was so small that the button gave out from the force and exposed my chest. I was so embarrassed and scared that I froze for a good minute until Nolan ran off without me and I had to catch up to him. Wait, why weren't you wearing a bra? I was, but it was a strapless one, so it slipped off. As I was running, I ran past the photo booth and on the big screen was the picture of us on the coaster with my tits out. People were sort of looking at it and I had to go over to the booth and beg them to remove it. But wouldn't the worker at the booth notice the picture before showing it? That's the thing, she didn't. She was one of those teenage employees who hates her life and wanted the day to be over so she could go home contemplating that working at a boardwalk wasn't worth minimum wage. So I went up to the booth and this is how it went. "Yeah, I need you to remove that picture." "Huh? Just look at it." Oh my god, I am so sorry. And she got rid of it and everything is good again. Though Emmy likes to joke about it sometimes. So we went home and I was just so happy to be home with art and working internet. But I had a really good time. I went outside more than I stayed indoors and I didn't piss anyone off. In fact, my mom called me the golden child because I didn't cause any problems and I was a good noodle. Haha, suck it, Emmy and Nolan. And that was it. I knew it was a bit long and kind of boring, but this is something I wanted to try out. If you want to see more Storytime animations, let me know. I'll put a link to a poll in the description so you guys can vote on what I should talk about next. Anyway, that's all for now. See you in the next video. Bye!